So what would you do? You're on the first date with a guy, and he's like, the check comes, and he's like, how do you want to split this? He's like, hey, let's split.
If he wants to split it, there's no future ahead of us.
Are you going to be upset on the date? Like,
No.
you're just going to be like, yeah, sure, and then just never see him again?
I wouldn't say that I'll...
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was messing with the cups. I'm going to be respectful about it. I'll go ahead and pay it. I won't even say a word about it. But I do believe that men should be, kind of courting the girl and being, be dominant, like be the bigger person. It's a man's job to take care of you as long as you are taking care of him as well. And I think on the first date, it's really important for a man to show that he is interested in you, that he's serious about you. And I think paying is just kind of the bare minimum on a first date for a man.
Does anyone on the panel want to respond to?
I would like to say that it's a valid point, but also I think that most situations, yeah, men tend to be like the dominant person in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also relationships where women are taking care of men, and that's not necessarily my type of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that is a valid relationship, and I think that can exist, and it's something that is possible and would definitely work, and I think that's definitely okay. But that doesn't mean that men all the time have to do that. Men don't have to pay just because they're men. I do think that whoever asks, though, is yeah.
If I recall correctly, this differs a little bit from your previous take on this.
No, I said that.
Didn't you say that men should pay?
No,
I said the last show.
Okay, so I said
nothing wrong with that, but
I said that whoever asks should pay. But in my personal experiences, I've never asked out a man. I've only been asked out. So in my personal situations, men have always paid for me. And in my circumstances, if like whatever she said, if he asks to split, like I would be like, fuck, like he asked me on a date and he wants me to split the bill. Like I'm not going to pursue this anymore. You know, like
sure,
like he's not putting in his effort. Like why would you take me out to this expensive restaurant and expect me to pay for something that you can't afford?
Sure.
So that's my take.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give my take on it after we react to one more video on this. Eric, if you can pull up the, I think the next video. It is, yeah, that one. Go for it.
What you're looking at here is an invoice I received after an unsuccessful date, as it reads above under project. No fucking joke. Due date ASAP. I am not kidding. I told him I didn't have a romantic connection with him over message, politely. And this is the response. He said it's not a matter of money, it's the principle. £29, man. Come on. Give me a break. I mean, would you do this? I can't believe it.
Okay, so basically she went on a date with a guy, first date. She wasn't interested, and then after the date, he invoiced her for, I guess, her portion of the bill. So your reaction to that, what do you think? And actually, we're going to start over here with Natasha and work our way around.
But so basically he asked her to pay.
No, so he paid.
He paid.
On the date.
Uh-huh.
She messaged him after the fact and said, she messaged him and maybe he was trying to set up a second date. She said she wasn't interested. So at that point, he invoiced her and said, hey, here's your portion of the date. And so he wanted her to pay it after the fact.
Yeah, that's very unattractive.
Well, she's already rejected him.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
just don't pay it.
yeah. Like her pay it?
Yeah. Like, didn't he request her to pay for the date that he paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just don't fucking pay it. I know the audacity of the guy, right?
What?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but like Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's.
Why is it audacious? Why is that audacious?
He's like, oh, you rejected me? Now you're going to have to fucking give me my money back.
Yeah.
It's
just like
fucking audacity.
Like, just move on.
It's like having a small ego and not knowing how to take rejection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to take rejection.
Well, he took rejection.
But it's just petty. It's like if you wanted to take this girl out on a date, she went with you. Like, okay, like you paid. Like, unfortunately, she just wasn't into you. Like, okay, that's that. Like, that's just so petty to be like, okay, pay me back.
Okay, but let me ask you guys a question. How soon into the date do you think she wasn't interested in him? I want to say probably within the first 10 minutes.
But
she knew.
How do you know?
We don't. But I mean, most women know.
Why does it matter? She's not
maybe he just had a really bad person.
Well, my point, the reason I bring that up, the reason why I bring it up, by the time the check came, she probably knew, I'm not going to go on a date with this guy again. She could have then offered to split the bill, but she didn't.
Why would
but
she?
he still asked her.
He still asked her out on the date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would she offer to split the bill if she didn't even like the date?
All the more reason to split the bill.
Why? Why would she pay for something that she doesn't like? Like, she's unsatisfied.
She got food. Like, she ate. She drank.
Well, he was the guy that offered to take her there to get to know him, and she didn't like what she was experiencing. Why would she pay for her?
Lonnie, why are you looking at the chat like that?
Well, it's because I can't see. I have to squint. Like, I'm like, have to like, should I put my glasses on?
You're like giving the chat a stink eye over there.
I can't. I have really bad vision.
It's okay.
Really
it's okay.
bad.
I have some glasses.
I have mine.
Oh, yes. Throw them on. Throw them on. Anyways, so okay.
Wait, now I'm gonna like really be able to say everything.
Jesus.
They're saying.
Okay, so where were we? Did anyone else want to come in on the reaction? I think you kind of wanted to come in, right?
Yeah, I think it goes off principle. Even if it didn't work out, you still asked them to pay. You still asked them on the date. You expected them to be there. You took them there. So you're expected to pay. So just because she didn't like you and it didn't work out I don't feel like I feel like that's a little bitch boy.
Yeah.
I like that description.
He has a small dick and balls.
Yeah.
It's like all shriveled up and it went inside and it turned to a vagina. Pussy boy. What? Stop pointing at me.
No genitalia shaming here. How dare you? How dare you? We can talk about that soon. Okay, so, and your take on this?
Well, I just think, imagine if you guys date for like a year and then you break up, are you gonna like Venmo request her for like a year?
Like hundreds of dollars?
Like, okay, like you owe me like $8,000 for like all the dates we've been on in the past year. You know, it's it's about the principle of it. Like in the moment, if you're like, I'm gonna pay and like this was a date, you know, whether it's like a guy or a girl paying, like you're doing something nice, it's a date, like you don't just retract that because like things don't work out.
Well, so if you were in a long-term relationship with a girl and one of the partners in the relationship paid more than the other, you know, whatever, to me, yes, I would agree. That's kind of weird. Oh, pay me back for the several dozen dates we went on or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's a bit much. But I think on a first date, it's a bit different.